Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another session of reaction videos. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all my subscribers and the new subscribers to come. It's very much appreciated. This is a new family I'm just trying to build. Um, Massively today, I'm going to react into a case that is very much a big deal. I mean, if I should say, um, as far as the Diddy situation, I've never really paid too much attention to it. I've seen bits and pieces, I follow it somewhat. But there's an article right now on TMZ, and they saying something about, you know, Trump pardoning Diddy, so I'm not sure. I just wanted to, kind of take a glance at it and see what they're talking about. So you guys can kind of take this trip and just check it out with me, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, right? Like, share. Find out your friends who would like to, check out content like this. But once again, I appreciate you all. Thanks again for showing up. Watch this joint all the way to the end because it's going to be a surprise just for me and you. It's my first time checking it out, so let's go. Huh? Let's get right into it. All right. See what they got here, what they talking about.
Welcome to the new TMZ Live, where we bring you inside our newsroom as our staff chases down today's stories in real time.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here.
Charles here.
So, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. President Trump is seriously considering pardoning Diddy. And we know this. We have sources with direct knowledge that people from the White House have been in communication with the defense team, Diddy's defense team, and that Trump is seriously considering it, and this is going to be timed to the judge's decision on whether Diddy gets bail.
This would be the ultimate smokescreen, and we've seen for weeks some very major smokescreens, but this one would have to take the cake.
Now, well, look, let's kind of explore it. Diddy was acquitted.
This is what productivity apps should look like. Listen, thousands of reviews, they don't lie. Motion is the best productivity tool in the industry.
Unbelievable. I have no idea.
Three major...
I have no idea as to why, like, I'm just going to keep watching.
Charges. Without those three charges, the prosecution never would have filed this case. The two remaining ones were violations of the Mann Act, which is essentially transporting a prostitute across state lines.
So
they would not have prosecuted for that.
So the point being, because the more serious crimes, he was acquitted on the more serious crimes, that opens the window that the Trump administration now feels it wouldn't be as bad to, there wouldn't be as much backlash to pardon him?
It's part of it, but it's not all of it. I think what underlies it is, for all sorts of reasons, Donald Trump feels that he was unfairly targeted by the Justice Department, and particularly the Southern District of New York.
Sure.
And so, in Diddy's case, he is was prosecuted by the Southern District of New York. His defense team has said from the get-go, this was a targeted prosecution going into somebody's bedroom. It was unfair, and it resonates with Donald Trump.
I get that.
But it's not just
a mirror
that, Harvey.
image.
Also, Maureen Comey was the lead prosecutor in the case, and you know that he hates James Comey, who is Maureen's
Well, the Justice Department fired him.
And she's been fired, although nobody will say why she was fired. But
so this is what's interesting. We are told this is timed to the judge's decision on bail. You know, or we've told you, that Diddy has asked to be released on $50 million bond. And the prosecution has until tomorrow to respond to that. Presumably, they're going to oppose it. And then the judge is going to rule. We are told if the judge rules that Diddy gets bail, Trump will wait to make his decision until he sees what the sentence is. If the
in
judge,
October, right.
In October, October 3rd. If the judge denies bail, then Trump is going to make a decision possibly immediately thereafter.
Most likely, the judge is going to, based on
I don't know.
previous decisions, it feels like the judge is going to deny bail.
I don't know. I mean, because remember, all of the previous, the big previous decision was pre-conviction.
But there was also a decision after the conviction where the judge denied bail.
For $1 million. For $1 million.
So basically the judge is going to say, because you're now offering $49 million more as bond, I'm going to let you out?
We'll see. But if the judge does...
The judge's reason for not letting him out was that you and your attorneys have said that you are a violent person.
I get it.
That part hasn't changed in, what, 3 weeks?
And we debated that yesterday. You may be right that he's going to...
Anyway, that's why I feel like...
If he's denied bail, then...
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea.
Trump...
I just gotta bear with me. It's live, you know what I'm saying? So I know all these commercials and all this gonna be coming through.
Could rule. I mean, this decision.
My point is
this
that
decision is going to come next.
Like I don't get it. I mean, this is just not adding up. It's not making sense. It's. I mean, everything about it is just really sketchy, man. Shish. Let's see what they're talking about.
Next week, if not Friday, it's going to come next week. And Donald Trump, if he's denied bail, we are told because of these discussions between the White House and the defense team, he will rule. He will make a decision.
Why would he do that pre-sentencing? I mean, like pardon
because what he's going to say
prior to the sentencing.
Because,
I mean, we went through an entire
I can give you
trial.
I can give you two reasons.
That's kind of unfair too.
I can give you two reasons. The simple reason is that he would say it accentuates how unfair it is to keep somebody in, behind bars for violating the Mann Act.
Right.
The bigger reason is, as one very well-placed source told me, it is the perfect distraction from Epstein.
And that's wrong. It is not the perfect distraction. It is an imperfect distraction. Because instead of talking about Jeffrey Epstein, now people will talk about the fact that you are letting out another rich buddy, letting him out of his sentence, whatever it is, whatever the sentence is, you are wiping that away, and people will immediately remind Trump and the administration of the fact that Diddy, we have this video that will, I know he was not on trial for it, I know that's not what he was convicted for, but that video of him beating Cassie is very much in people's minds.
You just proved my point.
It is an imperfect
No, you proved my point. It's perfect.
No.
No, hold on. No, hold on.
So instead of the pedophile,
yes,
it's the domestic abuser.
Exactly. And that's exactly what he wants to do.
That's an imperfect distraction.
In their view, it's a perfect distraction because they want to get rid of Epstein. And if the discussion...
the way it will be drawn up by everyone is, no, not only were you friends with Epstein, now you're such good friends with this guy who's a domestic abuser.
Yeah, but the thing is that the media can't handle two stories at once this way. So either it's going to be Epstein or Diddy.
When they intersect that closely,
they don't really. I don't know.
Two very bad guys. Is how it will be painted.
Well, I get it.
Okay.
I'm not.
But my point is, I think they can actually, the media can do two things at once if that's the way that's actually goes down.
They'll go crazy if he pardons Diddy.
Claudio, Fort Worth. I think we're like, you guys are right. You know, this is another distraction, but let's look at the big picture here. I'm not surprised that Trump's White House is talking about pardoning Diddy, a billionaire convicted of trafficking related crimes. This is the same guy who just said that he's allowed to pardon convicted trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell and who called the Epstein files a hoax. There's a pattern here, and it's not about justice for victims. That's what we should be talking about. It's about protecting the rich and powerful from accountability.
That is exactly how it will be painted by the media. And not just the media, the same people, even the same Trump supporters who are writing him about Epstein will now write him about this.
No, they won't. They feel very differently about Epstein.
You think that those people are going to go like, oh, Diddy's okay.
We got to move on, but I'll tell you why. Because there's no mystery around Diddy. There's a huge mystery around Epstein. And that's why MAGA wants this file opened up.
Right.
But with Diddy, there's no mystery. It's just going to be controversy.
And if Trump
can choose that controversy over Epstein, he's gonna.
Pretty much, bro. That's just facts, man. I mean, like, why would you expect him to do anything else other than that? That's not making sense. Like, my thing is, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, the obvious isn't obvious. At times, sometimes you just gotta see things for what it is. Whatever works in the best interest of the government, believe me, that is the direction this is always gonna go. Okay, it wouldn't make any sense to go in any other direction. Think about it. Don't think about it too hard. You see what I'm saying? That entire island, the list, the names are on there, or supposedly, allegedly, right? There's some big boys involved, man. I'm talking about, you know. So, yeah. And on the other end, with the whole Diddy thing, it's also some big boys, but this is in the open right now. One is like gone, but whatever was left there, shaking, and your boy has a direct connection, aka make it clear again. I don't even know how to do that shit. But yeah, I mean, he has a direct connection with the island, you know, allegedly. So come on, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's get to the video. This is what teams you're talking about. I don't know much, you know, that's just my opinion. Well, let's get back to it.
Well, an absolutely remarkable scene in Ozzy Osbourne's hometown today, where thousands of people filled the streets of Birmingham to say goodbye to the godfather of heavy metal.
It was like a royal funeral.
It really
was.
Very much in the UK, exactly this sort of procession that they would have for a member of the royal family. And it was incredibly moving just as a fan, but then the real heart-tugging started when you saw Sharon and Jack, but the whole family
I mean, you
arrived.
just see the grief on Sharon's face. It's really moving. I'll tell you, Sharon, the family is really amazing. I know Kelly some, and I know Sharon over the years. And Sharon was one of the most dedicated spouses I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so ride or die for Ozzy and helped him. You know, Sharon Osbourne, she was responsible in so many ways for his career, you know, after Black Sabbath.
Yeah, her dad was Black Sabbath's manager, and the idea was that basically he would send Sharon to get Ozzy cleaned up and in shape enough to go back to Black Sabbath. And that wound up not happening. He became Ozzy Osbourne, and Sharon was the one who did that.
She was his manager.
She
Man, y'all remember the Ozzy Osbourne show? Oh my God, that man, that show was a trip. You know, I remember watching that, John, man. You know, that's when it first had the reality shows popping, like with the MTV setup. But yeah, I mean, he was a wild boy. He was a true rock star for real. Man. R.I.P., you know. Um, and condolence to his family, you know. But he was definitely a wild boy.
But more than that, obviously they fell in love, got married. She's the one who got him to go to rehab for the first time.
Yeah.
For many times. It was an ongoing battle for Ozzy for most of his life, but she made him a better person.
And you got to say that, you know,
She made him a better person. She made him a better person. I guess we could say that.
you saw the video where she's breaking down and she's crying as they're putting the flowers down. I don't know if that was necessarily grief. I mean, obviously there's grief, but it could also be just a reaction to the outpouring of the entire city.
It's such a weird, that video to me is such a weird mix of solemn and celebratory.
Yes.
It's a very solemn event. They're in black. It's a memorial for Ozzy. But everyone's just chanting they love him and cheering. And
Yeah.
you have to feel both of those emotions so intensely in that
And there's
moment.
no way that she and the whole family didn't feel both of those emotions.
I
also,
agree with you.
know?
I didn't really think of that, but maybe she was overcome just by the sheer, the size of this crowd. I mean, it's you don't see this a lot.
No.
And he traversed different generations. I mean, Black Sabbath is one, his solo career is another, the Osbournes
The
TV
reality
show is
show.
one, and you know,
And was beloved at every single step.
2 weeks before his death, getting on stage and performing in ways that nobody thought he could.
Well, to that point, Crazy Train actually debuted for the first time on the chart this week. It didn't chart back when it came out. And so Ozzy's now charted a new song for the past 6 decades.
That's nuts.
That's impressive.
These are the kinds of facts that I learn from Eric every week on our podcast. Get to the hook. And we did an Ozzy episode this week, and I learned so much from Eric. as I
That
do
was
every
an
week.
excellent shameless plug.
Well done.
Yes, it was.
Well done.
Subtle.
Black Sabbath was a very important band to music in general, not just its own genre. And Ozzy Osbourne led that. He led that movement. He led what I believe is the creation of most genres of music today. And I really respect him, and everything that he's done, he deserves that applause. He deserves that love in London. And I give my respect to Kelly, Jack, and Sharon, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure they were comforted by this.
Absolutely.
Coming.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and leave that one right there. But I mean, you guys go ahead and share your thoughts on what you guys think about the Diddy case, and then if you had any memory or recollection of the Osbourne show, you can kind of comment on that also. Once again, don't forget to hit the notification button. We'll always greatly appreciate that. Welcome to the Bricks family. You know what I'm saying? Bricksville, 101 True TV. You know what I'm saying? You know how we're doing it, man. We got to keep it 100 over here, man. It's facts, others nothing. You know what I'm saying? No fiction. You know what I'm saying? Got to be 100. Gotta be 100. Gotta be. Nah, let me stop playing. But anyways, thanks for hanging with me once again. I appreciate it. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day, night, wherever you're shooting me from. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, drop your city in the comment, man. Let me shout you out. You know what I'm saying? All right. Everybody have a good one. Now we out. Peace.